article. Now, Congress leader Sonia Gandhi has hit out at Finance Minister's Budget 2023, saying, and I quote, "The Prime Minister's policy to benefit his few at expense of poor middle class has led to continuous disasters. From demonetization to a badly designed GST hurting small businesses to the failed attempt to bring about 3 farm laws and subsequent neglect of agriculture." So this big statement coming in from Sonia Gandhi, where she's hit out at Finance Minister's Budget 2023, saying, and I quote, "The Prime Minister's policy to benefit his few at the expense of poor middle class has led to continuous disasters. From demonetization to a badly designed GST hurting small businesses to the failed attempt to bring about 3 farm laws and subsequent neglect of agriculture." So after the Budget 2023 was announced last week, now there is this reaction, strong dissatisfaction and discontent coming in from the opposition leader Sonia Gandhi, who has hit out Finance Minister's budget, saying, and I quote, that the Prime Minister's policy to benefit his few at the expense of poor middle class has led to continuous disasters. She has mentioned that from demonetization to a badly designed GST is hurting small businesses, and she also has mentioned that the failed attempt to bring about 3 farm laws and subsequent neglect of agriculture is there. So she has clearly said that the Budget 2023 wasn't in favor of the middle class, and she has said that the Prime Minister's policy is to benefit his few at the expense of poor middle class, and that has led to continuous disasters. She has also said that Indians are being punished by the triple menace of price rise, unemployment and falling incomes. And she has also said that budget only exacerbates the whole problem. So this strong reaction coming in from Sonia Gandhi on the Budget 2023, saying that the Prime Minister's policy is to benefit his few at the expense of poor middle class. Our senior editor Pallavi Ghosh is joining us to give us more details on this. Pallavi, over to you.
You know, it's very interesting that her article comes out on a day where the Congress and the opposition has big plans to take on the government on especially the Adani issue. Multiple notices have already been given. Sadak se Sansad tak is the kind of strategy that they've adopted. Huge protests outside the Gandhi statue. But more importantly, the presidential speech, motion of thanks, is also expected to begin today. And I think that hint has been given by Derek O'Brien, saying that this is the best opportunity we'll have to take on the government and to ask them some tough questions, and those who won't allow that to happen clearly are in some kind of an alliance with the BJP. So Sonia Gandhi's words are in many ways, of course, completely a thumbs down as far as the budget is concerned, saying it's got nothing for the common man. But in a veiled way, and I would say quite openly also, she makes the point that where there's small savings of the common man, which is by way of LIC and other institutions, all of that has been eroded because it's a few people who tend to benefit. So once again, that entire issue of the Adani as well as the Hindenburg report, without mentioning it, has completely been taken up.
Also, Pallavi, what can we expect in the parliamentary session today, as the opposition was already trying to confront the centre over the Adani issue, and now the strong statement coming in from Sonia Gandhi over the Budget 2023?
Well, as I said, I mean, the Congress is and the opposition is braced up, and at 9:30 a.m. they're going to be having a meeting where they're going to be taking on the government, and that's the plan that they have. So as far as the government goes, some tough opposition they're going to be facing, with the opposition parties planning protests outside the Gandhi statue. But from the point of view of the government, I can say this: they have made it very, very clear that we've got nothing to do with this Adani report, and whatever has happened to the Adanis has got nothing to do with it. Strong statements have come in from the RBI chairperson, the SBI chairperson. The finance minister has already spoken to us in where she's reassured that the markets and the banking sector is stable. So as far as the government is concerned, they've said what they could have. But I don't think there is going to be much of a headway. So even if that motion of thanks takes place, every attempt will be made by the opposition to needle the government.
Pallavi, can you give us more context on what the RBI and SBI have said on this Adani issue?
Well, both the RBI and the SBI have tried to reassure the market and the common investors. The SBI has said that only a very small, minuscule of the loans have been taken against the stocks as far as the Adani Group is concerned. The RBI said that there's nothing to worry about. The banking sector is completely stable, it remains robust, and therefore to make any insinuations are completely unsubstantiated.
Also, Pallavi, so the opposition is rigid to discuss this Adani issue, whereas the centre has maintained that it has nothing to do with the government. So, can we expect that even today's session will be adjourned, or there will be discussion on other topics as well?
Well, I mean, other topics what? I mean, a motion of thanks is what is going to be the main agenda, and that was the main agenda last week as well. But we saw that completely derailed by the opposition insisting that there should be a JPC and a discussion on this. I would find Derek O'Brien's tweet very interesting. He says that, you know, a discussion on the presidential speech is a perfect opportunity for us to needle the government. But I don't know if the other opposition parties are going to agree to it. 9:30 a.m., as I said, is going to be the big important meeting of the opposition parties, which is going to actually finalize what really is going to be the agenda.
All right, Pallavi, please stay with us. We'll now listen in to Bhupendra Yadav on this whole controversy.
सदन तो वो रोक करके बैठे हैं, विपक्ष तो मेरे को एक बात लगती नहीं है कि विपक्ष क्यों संसद को नहीं चलने देना चाहते। संसद चले, ये तो सरकार ने हमेशा कहा है, और राज्यसभा में तो बिजनेस एडवाइजरी कमेटी में टाइम अलॉटमेंट विपक्ष बैठा था, उनके सामने हुआ है। तो जब वो बिजनेस एडवाइजरी कमेटी में आके सदन में चर्चा का टाइम अलॉट कराते हैं और फिर चर्चा से भागते हैं, तो ये तो दिखाता है कि विपक्ष कितना गैर जिम्मेदारी तरीके से काम करता है। वो कुछ लोग समाज में विद्वेष की राजनीति को फैलाना चाहते हैं। हम तो सभी का सम्मान करते हैं, सबका साथ, सबका विकास, सबका प्रयास।
Slipping into a very short break, but there's more on the other side. Stay tuned.